Hello and welcome to this week's EMTV preview show as we look ahead to this week's Monarchs Academy match. Deluxe Monarchs Academy as they race against the Kent Royals on Friday night at 7:30. Unfortunately, Graham's still poorly, so it's just me tonight. But I will be joined very shortly by Scott Wilson, the Academy team manager, and we'll also hear back from Tom Woolley, the Kent Royals team captain as well. So without further ado, I'll bring on the man himself and we'll introduce Scott Wilson to the stream. Hi Scott, welcome to the show. Your first as team manager. There's a load of firsts for you this season, so thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hi Dave. Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's a shame all the 7 riders and the Monarch weren't available, so you've had to settle for me. But no, happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, it's good, but it's obviously had such a good start with the Belle Vue Colts match a couple of weeks ago. Off to a great start. The weather wasn't perfect, but apart from that, it couldn't got much better. And I'm sure the boys are desperate to get back out there again.
Yeah, that's it. We got off to a really good start, results-wise. Obviously, picking up the win and reasonably comfortable win in the end. As you say, the weather wasn't great. The track was absolutely fine, and then we had the downpour sort of an hour and a half before the meeting. But what was great that night was the attitude from all the boys was, if this water drains off, we're ready to go. There was no sort of mumping and moaning. It was can we get it on and let's go. And then it was a really good start for us, and we'll be obviously looking to build on that this week as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things with academy boys and that level. They are just ready to go. They're desperate for track time, and they're not ones for passing out opportunities to go racing, and it turned, as always with these sort of occasions, it turned into some pretty good racing later on, and as you say, a great night for the boys. Yeah,
that's it. The enthusiasm is superb from the whole team. I was going to say the younger guys, but even our more experienced guy Adam in there, he was just as keen as everybody else. And like you say, the first couple of races it was maybe a little bit dicey and a lot of spray going about, but after that the tracks settled down really well. The track guys did a great job to get it on, and we saw some good close racing after the first few heats, and I think it was an enjoyable match for everybody, and the most important thing was we came away with a win.
Yeah, and of course, as we say every week, we can see your questions in for Scott. We've got a couple of comments already. Maybe we'll finish up. This will be the last one that mentions the word bogus in it. But what is Scott Gurdman's asking, what made you want to become a team manager?
That's a good question. I think I've always wanted to be involved in the club in some way, and I was never brave enough or daft enough to want to do it in the 1 to 7. So I always wanted to be involved in some way, and since I was quite young, I've been pretty clued up on the rule book, and I've always been standing on the terraces calling what change I would make here, what change I would make there. So it was something that I'd always kind of fancied giving a go, and then the opportunity came up this year. So delighted to take it on with the academy boys, and hopefully it's a successful season for us.
Yeah, and Kieran Lydon getting straight in with Scott Wilson says he's a new Michael Carrick of Edinburgh.
Yeah, Kieran enjoys that one. Don't know about Michael Carrick though, given the football shirt that's up behind me there. Maybe the Eddie Howe of the Edinburgh Monarchs Academy, but
Chris Black does mention that, but I think I'll leave that comment for off screen.
Is that for after the watershed? Is it?
But it is, as you say, it's all about the boys on track, and the 1 to 7 have all now had their debut for the Monarchs Academy, and it's always one of the tough things for them is getting that track time. It's good for Adam and Kyle and Jacob and the Monarchs. But for the rest of the guys, have they been on track? I know you've been following them quite closely.
Yeah, that's it. As you say, we've got the three boys in the championship, so they're riding regularly, even when we've got a gap in our fixtures. But I know that Kieran has been chasing meetings all over, second halves, amateur meetings, any track time that he can get, and Dale's been doing the exact same. I've seen Mickey's been getting some amateur meetings in. He's been doing some grass tracking as well. So obviously different discipline, but it still all helps the sharpness and the fitness. And I know Alex is the same. He's looking for any practices. I think he's been abroad with him being involved with Lublin's under 24s. He's trying to get some practice in across in Poland. So the rest of the boys are keeping busy, and I do check in with them now and then just to see how they're getting on. But everybody should be starting to get up to full speed now. We've obviously got a meeting this week and a meeting the week after, so it's starting to kind of busy up for us as well.
Yeah, you'll have been pleased, despite the Monarchs results in the last couple of weeks, the form of Kyle Bickley starting to turn around, and we're starting to see what he's more capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody at the club knows that Kyle's got it. There's no question about that. It's just maybe sometimes Kyle needs to believe that the same as everybody else does. But he should be flying high confidence wise at the moment. He obviously put in a big score for us in our first meeting. Got his first race win at Berwick. A very solid score. I think paid 7 down at Oxford, and then another 5 or 6 points on Friday night there. So he's really hit his stride now. And again, we'll be looking for another big score from him on Friday, and it's just about building and building that momentum for Kyle.
In fact, Chris has been clearly on the internet. He's been saying that Alex did get a ride in Poland today and scored a point. So hopefully that's good for Alex.
So, that's great for for Alex to be able to race in that league at that level. The experience of racing against, in theory, the best under 24s that are about, and also totally different style of track, probably much bigger tracks than we generally have over here. So that can only be good for him, that different experience to make sure he keeps developing.
Yeah, and Andrew Jeffreys, welcome to the Scott and Gurney show. The Gurney and Back show. All the best for the season, Scott. So good wishes there. And I think he's referring to this other question from Scott, which was, have you got an eye on the main job? But you've only had one match so far. That's maybe a bit too soon for that sort of thing. But.
Yeah, I think that is maybe a wee bit too soon. Alex and John share that between them, and they've got years and years of experience. So I think I'm a little bit away from that just yet. My full focus is on the academy and this season.
Yeah, and of course we're looking forward to this match on Friday night. As per usual, you can buy your tickets from edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/tickets. Everything available, and they're obviously cheaper if you get them the night before. And the stream, live, as with all the Monarchs matches, we stream all the Monarchs Academy matches. So go to edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/EMTV, and you can, if you're not able to be trackside, you can watch the boys in action. And it's always exciting to get the boys going. And you'll be there trackside, Scott. And what are you expecting on Friday night?
Well, we're racing at home, so we're expecting a win. We know it will obviously be a tough match. As we've maybe seen there, I don't know if the lineups have been up yet, but there's a couple of ex-Armadale Devils will be there. We've got obviously Tom Woolley, as you mentioned, and then Danny Phillips stepping in as a guest. So there's plenty of Armadale experience there. Those guys have had 2 full seasons racing at Armadale, so we know that it'll be a tough one. But as I say, we're at home. And we want to lay down a marker, as we did against Belle Vue, that we don't want anybody coming to our track and taking points away this season. So first and foremost, that's the aim, is to get the win. We obviously hope that we put on a good show, and that it's an exciting one for the fans. We've got, I think everybody would accept, a stronger team at this level than we have for the last couple of years. We've also got a couple of the Monarchs boys in the side as well. So there's a lot of attraction there for the fans that hopefully they will come along and support us, see a winning team and hopefully an entertaining team as well.
Yeah, as you say, plenty of Armadale experience and Armadale points. Ben Woolley racing at number 1 for Kent. He scored the maximum last year when Kent came and they actually beat the Devils. So whilst I know we're saying it's a new era, that's certainly something we want to make sure doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that's it. I would say that we are stronger at the top end this year, so I certainly don't expect anybody to come and get a maximum. But yeah, Ben, he's a 5-point rider in the championship last year, so he's a very good standard, and it'll be a good test for our boys going up against him and the 2 former Devils. But you look right through the Kent side, they've got Joe Alcock there in the engine room. He was 1 match away from an 8-point average last season in this league. So again, and there are, Connor King's a bit of a trump card at reserve, so we will need to be on our toes. And I don't think it's going to be one that we'll run away with. We'll have to battle hard for the win, but it's one that I'm expecting the boys to get.
Yeah, as you say, Connor was a second string last year, and so that bonus of having a rider with a little bit more points behind him at reserve, and that's one of the areas where we're looking to see some improvement as well. And I know Dale Wood was possibly one of the ones that struggled a little bit on opening night, but hopefully we get better weather, better conditions on Friday, and we see what he's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really tough start for Dale. Really tough start for him with the conditions. I would be very surprised if he's seen anything like that in Australia before. So that was difficult, but anybody that's watched Dale over the week since then, the second half meetings, he's absolutely flying, and I think he's now probably grips with Armadale as well. Probably done the equivalent of 4 or 5 meetings round there. The same when we saw him at Glasgow, really quick, really stylish. So I think we'll see a different Dale Wood on Friday night.
Go in there, Diggy Mercer saying good luck to the Academy for Friday. Looking forward to seeing the boys on track again. Kieran's obviously really excited for Friday. Scott Sedella, we see the big crowds that gets us pumped up, so it'll be good to see a few guys on the terraces desperate to watch the Academy and hopefully pick up a few points.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. As Kieran says, it does make a difference to the boys. When they see the big crowd there, it just gives them that extra 5%, 10% that they know they're getting the support, and it definitely does. It does make a difference. So, yeah, don't want it to kind of drive home on the point, but just I would encourage anybody who is maybe on the fence about coming along to the National League, come along on Friday night, give it a try, see the effort these boys put in, and see the quality that's there in the team. I'm sure they won't be disappointed. Yeah,
one person who won't be looking to see the quality on our side of the pits, he'll be hoping that he sees it. And from the Kent side is Tom Woolley, who was a Devil last year, but and he's now the Kent Royals captain. So I took a wee bit time with Tom this afternoon. Let's hear from him now. Okay, I'm delighted to be joined on this week's preview show by Kent Royals number 3 and team captain, Tom Woolley. Tom, welcome to the show. Thanks very much for taking the time.
Yeah, I'm well, mate. Thank you. And yeah, really looking forward to coming back up north next, this week, Friday. Yeah, it's been a while since we've been up there. So, no, looking forward to seeing everybody, coming back to the track. Enjoyed it there when I was there, and yeah, keep the season rolling on, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the move down to Kent is you obviously like the travelling, no matter where you go, you one end to the country to another. Been with a National League team that doesn't have a parent team. Hopefully, you get a bit more chance for track time. And
that's right. They're a standalone club, the same as Mildenhall. They do try and put a few more meetings on with open meetings and whatever as well. So, no, it should be good for some more track time, and they're a great bunch of people down there. The fans, the management is good as well. So it all seems to be good at the minute. So yeah, really looking forward to it. The team's really good. It's been a tough start to the year with a couple of away trips to Mildenhall, but Mildenhall's never easy away, is it? So no, it's got something to build on, and hopefully we can come up to Edinburgh with a starting point, really.
Yeah, of course, and I think you had a couple of riders take knocks in that second visit to Mildenhall, so probably not a true reflection of the between the two teams there.
No, that's right. There was a few tumbles, and I think there was a few bodies and machines which took a bit of a brunt that day. So yeah, hopefully everybody's all fixed and repaired now, and good to go, to be honest.
Yeah, and as you say, returning to Armadale after last couple of seasons being there, you're always the kind of mainstay in the team. You were pretty constant for us and did a pretty good job for the Devils. And I guess you'll be hoping to kick that on. What, any aims for yourself for this season?
No real aims. Just do as well as we can and keep pressing forward as best we can, and put the best display on and score as many points as we can. I mean, averages and stuff, it's all good looking at them, but you can get too buried in yourself in them. So I don't tend to look at that too much. So no, just do as well as we can, and hopefully the team can be as successful as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, and obviously the team Kent taking advantage of the fact you can get a bit of a northern tour going. You've got Armadale on Friday night, then Berwick on Saturday. You probably couldn't get two more different extremes of tracks. How would you prefer for that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems good to do them both in one weekend, really, because it does cut down on a lot of travelling for everybody, especially the boys that are coming from Kent, because it's like 8 or 9 hours, I think, which is it's a long way, isn't it? So no, like you say, two different extremes, but we have to ride them all, and I think, well, I'm looking forward to going and riding both, to be honest. I know Berwick is the second half of the it's after the main meeting. I know when we was there with Edinburgh last year, it made the track a little bit tricky, but hopefully it'll be good this year. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and when Kent came up last year to Armadale, they actually beat the Devils. So you'd be hoping to repeat that. Ben Morley, in fact, scored a maximum. So with yourself there, I think Danny Phillips is guesting for you on Friday. So you've got a few guys that know the track quite well.
Yeah, and hopefully that's something that we can keep going. But hey, look, I know Edinburgh have got a very good side this year. They're strong throughout, so we're not going to be taking it easy. We've all got to be on a top of a game, and we need to score as many points as we can.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear from Tom there. A really, really good guy. He did a good couple of seasons for us there, Scott.
He did, yeah. I really like Tom. As you say, a great guy, and he certainly was a good servant for the Devils for the couple of years that he was with the club. Yep,
but it's all about academy on Friday. We're looking to pick up those points, and then we start to look down the calendar towards some away meetings for you and things like a different challenge again. And Gurdy's back again. Is there any meetings in particular, a track you're looking forward to going to?
So probably I'll answer that two separate questions. A particular meeting, I would probably say the Workington one. So long as weather behaves itself that weekend, we'll be the first team to race there. So that'll be quite special for us to be part of that. It's great to see them back in the sport. So that'll be a good one for us. And in terms of the track, going to Belle Vue, I think to manage a team at the National Speedway Stadium's something a little bit different, a little bit special as well. So probably those two.
Yeah, I do agree, and it has been his working time. I think that's a week on Saturday, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, that's right. And I'm led to believe that there is a supporters bus going down to that, and a lot of other fans independently travelling as well. So, we want to say a big thank you to everybody that's involved in organising that, and the people that are taking the time out of their Saturday to come and support us away from home. Really, that does mean a lot to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I agreed. I'm hoping to get down there myself. There's Ryan saying one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I think he's referring to Tom there rather than you, Scotty. But
yeah, I would
make it if
probably
you
say
want.
That's fair.
Ian Marshall, another one. Looking forward to Friday. Hopefully, continuing our winning ways and all the best. And
Thank you very
Chris
much.
is back in again. The exciting thing will be the improvement. Looking forward to Mickey and Alex, see what they're capable of big points. And Kieran Lydon is his hero, though.
There you go. That's just made Kieran's night, I think.
Yeah,
But no, Chris is right. Obviously, we've spoken about having a stronger team and a more competitive team, a team that is hopefully going to win quite a few meetings this year. But it is a development league as well. So your guys like Mickey and Alex, and the rest of the boys, it is important that they develop as well. And I think that both of those guys that Chris has mentioned there have got real scope for improvement. They're both very talented, but there's still a lot more to come from them. They can still improve and develop a lot, and as a club, we hope to get that out of them.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, if you want to be there trackside, you book your tickets from edinburghmonarchs.co.uk, and if you can't make it, the live stream as usual, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/EMTV. Hopefully Graham Munsey's back there with Mike to get us going. And any ambitions for the season, Scott? Anything that particular you want to try and achieve with the boys?
I think every team at the start of the season sets out with the aim of competing at the top of the league. This year, obviously, it's tough. There's only the top two in the league make the playoffs, but there's not really any point in competing in the league if you're not aiming for that. So, without putting too much expectation on the guys, I think that's got to be the overall aim, is to be up there fighting for the playoffs. And then if you get in there, then it's a one-off tie home and away. So I think that's the aim for us, is to be in amongst it and try and make it into those playoffs.
Yeah, no, certainly. Lots of things to looking forward to, and again with that, if you remember to get on the Monarchs YouTube site and like and subscribe to these videos. You want to see more of them. Hopefully, we'll get some of the younger boys on that. That'll be a different challenge for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think there's one or two that maybe wouldn't thank you for bringing them on for 20 minutes, but then I think maybe if you bring on somebody like Kieran, we could be here for an hour or an hour and a half. So yeah, definitely we need to get the whole team on throughout the season.
No, that'll be good. Just a couple of last comments before. Ryan Muir's gone right for the league title, so let's not put any pressure on there. And Stevie Lumsden's joined in the fun as well. Dale Wood's the man to watch. And it's such an exciting team this year.
Yeah, I think I made that comment before the start of the season that I thought Dale was a bit of a wild card, and that people were maybe underestimating exactly what level he can be at. Again, I don't want to put any pressure on the guy, but I think we've all seen improvement from him on Friday, and then it's just a case of building on it from there. But as Stephen says, it's an exciting team. It's a good team at the moment as we sit here at the start of May, and it's a team that can be even better than it is just now come September. So an exciting season, definitely.
Yeah, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. At the end of the day, we've all had one meeting so far. It's it's all about the Kent Royals on Friday night, who are coming up to Armadale to face the Monarchs Academy, and a huge meeting for both teams. And it'll be fantastic to see the Academy hopefully go and pick up another couple of points and start to build through the season. Any last thoughts? Oh, sorry, Scott, you were going to say?
No, I was going to agree with you there. Like you say, it's we don't want to look too far ahead. We've got, we take this one meeting at a time, and we start on Friday night. When we look to, as I said earlier, we want to protect Armadale and make sure that we pick up maximum points throughout the season. So the next job is Friday night, and the rest of the season will take care of itself after that.
Yeah, excellent. Well put, Scotty. We're looking forward to Friday night. As I said already, get on the website for your tickets and get yourself trackside to watch the Academy boys on Friday night. Thanks again for joining us, Scott. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we might catch you a few more of these through the season.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks very much, Dave.
No worries, and thanks to Tom Woolley as well for joining us earlier. We'll be back on Friday night after the meeting with the Friday Focus. Hopefully see you there or see you at the track, and thank you for joining us, and good night.